It was all worked out well for us.
Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, Josh.
You know where we're going, right?
Really? Well, I have to say, I'd
So
have enjoyed Syria a lot more if...
Yeah,
you'd
you know,
been
he
there.
would have liked
I
Syria a
wouldn't
lot
have been
more if
much
he would have been there.
Anyway, you did just fine on your
not getting
own.
trapped in that thing would have been a lot better.
Okay.
Have you any idea what this lens might
I
be
know
used
what it's
for?
for.
Gigantic contact lens.
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
Okay, hold on.
I brought you a present from Syria.
Oh, George, you shouldn't have bothered. What is it?
This.
A necklace. It's rather heavy.
Ethnic craftsmanship at its most rustic.
Oh, of course, I love it.
You do?
It will always remind me of you.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I actually gave it to her.
Let's take another look at the man.
Maybe she'll use it later for something.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror.
Okay,
but the
I
reflection
want
has
to put the go to Montfort.
a knight with a crystal ball. The knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a guy
Be right
working
back.
on-
Okay, AC White Ribbon. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for
Look at
hosting
that.
the stream. I appreciate it. And I appreciate
There's a
it.
guy between...
Let us depart, and I want to go to Montfaucon.
I'd better get back to the quest.
If it is the last thing I do today, play this part. Hey, the police guy's back. There is definitely no... Thank you so much for lurking me. I appreciate it, Ned Girl. I appreciate you.
I have
You know, I've got so many shout-outs. I should have probably done them. We're caught up in this game.
No.
All right. And no. He went to work. We don't even, I'm not sure that we even have to do anything with this man cover now. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to see if he's done doing something with my chalice.
The priest was still busy with the chalice. So I decided to have another look
Chad,
around
how
the
many
church.
days have I been in Syria? The priest is still polishing my chalice. He's been polishing my chalice for 4 days. Well, that's dedication for you. I gotta tell you, that's total dedication. All right. Okay. There is a crack inside the statue. Oh, yeah. This is it. This is not it. God darn it. All right, this is not it. Shoot. Shiza.
The lens fitted into the
Yay,
end
it
of the
fits in the scroll like a glove.
hand into a glove.
Woohoo!
Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Hey,
Three lens elements need to be slid to the correct position within the circle, so when aligned, they create a clear image. We are going to wait, Jed. Thank you all you who have come in and are hanging out for the lurk. I appreciate it a lot. I'm going to do a few shout outs while I'm here. We go see what kind of clips people have. Oh, here we go. I can't remember this game. I remember you playing this one, but I don't
Okay.
remember this game, Puppets. Cool. All right, let's see what other clips we have.
Where are you back in the mausoleum?
No, we are in a trick. We are in a tricky area. Just give me a second.
Okay. We have
Oh,
molten metal
from
here,
beyond.
and that's like
Okay,
crucible.
okay. We have
We're
that
gonna use
slated.
that.
We were gifted
Click
that
it.
from
Over
Mike
here's the
Cade
remote.
and asked if we should play that. So
Okay, you pour the metal into the mold. The clay crucible starts to crumble after you tip it.
okay, and do you have a clip for me? You do. Cool.
Yeah, you just sit there while I shoot you in the face.
Nice. And a shout out for Net Girl, so small.
Okay, this sucks because he's stuck.
Foolishness. Do you understand, Ms. Croft? The artifact is mine. Do you understand?
They deserve it.
The artifact is mine. Have I satisfied your curiosity now?
Are you
I'm
being
running out of
shot at
bullets.
too?
You will not be so lucky this time. Your movements betray
Yep, I gotta
your
get closer to
conclusions.
him. Let's see
Do
if he
you
moves.
understand, Ms. Croft? The
Yeah,
artifact
let's
is
see if he
mine.
fucking
Your
moves.
movements betray
You shooting a bird?
your Now you will see your
I approve.
foolishness.
Well, this is no way to beat a level.
Foolishness.
You have to beat a level by shooting a bird?
Curiosity now. And it's time to die.
See if I have enough
Yeah, Bird got
bullets.
inside the Walmart and had to clear him out.
With Laura Croft?
Hell, what were you?
Laura Croft Walmart edition. Awesome. Okay, and I think we need one more. We need two
I've
more.
gotten distracted by cheese around the world videos.
We're gonna go ahead and give a shout out delayed. Thank you for the shout out. You're welcome.
Bad luck. If you can't say thank you, and if you leave without saying goodbye after winning a game, I would say, you've done fucked up, boy.
Awesome. Your clip was like, I don't know what it was. It was like you were shooting something in the head. And I really wasn't quite sure what the clip was, to tell you the truth. It's getting everybody who's
D,
learned.
here is JD's exact words about this dashboard. Holy hell, that's bad.
Overcooked.
Yep. That's all the fuck
Okay.
you need to know. It's fucking
Mike, we have a
bad.
baby. Mike, we have a baby, 9 months.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's 9 months.
Yeah, you may not want to say that on stream.
Oh, come on!
Holy shit!
I have said that, though. I've said that. Yeah,
Come on.
I don't know what I said, but it must have been bad. Let's get Jinxie Rose. She's been lurking.
Thank you. You're amazing. This song is for you, Hoja.
Cute.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full
She got her.
commitment's what
I
I'm
helped her get
thinking
that.
of.
Lily
You
was one of
wouldn't
the
get this
early
from
supporters to
any
help
other
her.
guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run
And she's had it
around
for 2
and
years. She's
desert
had it
you.
for 2 years. It's
Never
really
gonna
good.
make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
Yay! Thank you, all my clippers. That was awesome. Let's solve a puzzle, shall we? Shall we play?
Shall we play a game?
Okay, 3 lens elements need to be slid in correct position with the circle, so when aligned, they create a clear image. Each lens element can be moved by moving the mouse pointer over the number tab, and when... Thank you so much for the alert, Tango Gamer Girl. And when grass hands appear, clicking and holding a mouse button to slide it left or right, George will acknowledge the image once the lenses are correctly positioned. Ready?
I hope it turns it out to be a piece of cheese.
If it's going to be anything else, I'm going to be sorely disappointed, and so will Mike K, especially if it's not Gouda. Looks like a bird. Well, kind of looks like a girl with yellow hair and fire. Fish, a fish, a... Might be a girl with yellow hair, but something with yellow hair. No, it's definitely an angel, a girl. Oh, see how words line up on the bottom? Like that, yeah. Oh, look, it might be a knight. It's like that full date or something. Like full Roman numeral. It's part of the hand. Slightly off. I should do it.
The distortions came sharply into focus. It was a Knight Templar burning at the stake. And below him a date in Roman numerals.
Oh, you Roman numerals.
A Knight Templar burning at the stake. And a date. Let me see. MCCC That's
12.
14.
13, 14.
Look at you, 13, 14, okay. I was too off. Never was good at Roman numerals, though. Okay, read. Used the lens in the church at Montevazon and discovered an ancient clue in the window. The burning of Jacques de Molay and the date of 1314. Can you please leave my chalice alone now?
Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
It was my
What was the
pleasure.
writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
Okay, sweet
Something's
Alice.
really made very well or real thick. You kind of wonder, like, what if you get a hailstorm?
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay.
They probably bust.
Can you tell me what per disciplinum meam lux
I had a feeling
videbis
he's going to
means?
ask him that question.
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light.
That was on the...
I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Boy, what a shine you got on this.
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I just can't go there. You can't talk about a priest candlestick or nothing. We need to look at the wall. We need to look at the coat of arms. If we can now.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something.
It's a jumble puzzle. A jumble of letters are carved into the side of the knight's tomb. You must look for and highlight a number of biblical verses referencing comprising of the name of a book, followed by the chapter and verse in Latin numerals. Corinthians 4. Psalms 22. You find and highlight them. So there's more Psalms. I saw Psalms. I saw Corinthians. It's at Psalms in the number.
Psalms 22:21. Not much to go on, but it must have meant something. If I examined the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
And then there's more other Psalms.
Psalms 32:7. The numbers referred to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
And there's Corinthians 4 and 5.
Corinthians 14:5.
14 and 5.
Oh, and you can't forget Uda Gojora.
Yeah, that was the important book in the Bible.
Oh, hey, we got Iblis here.
Hey, where's Genesis? Deuteronomy. Kings. You got Kings here someplace? Job. Leviticus.
Rack. And then just do it in reverse.
I don't think that Carpe is one of them, unless it's something different that I'm not seeing. And I'm pretty sure Ad Majorum is not. Is there judge? Is there judges, kings, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy?
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no...
We start all over again. I wonder if it resets. All right. Is there Luke? Speaking of Luke, Psalms. So we got the first one, Psalms.
Psalms 22:21.
Okay,
Not much to
and
go
then
on, but
Psalms
if I
again.
examine the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find. Psalms 32.
And there was Corinthians.
The numbers referred to a chapter and a verse in the Bible. Corinthians 14:5.
There's no Annas in the Bible. There's no Felix.
Felix.
There is John. John.
4.
All of that.
John 4:11. There were no more references to find, but a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque. I made a note in case they meant something.
Okay, so maybe the Roman numerals.
Psalms 32:7. John 4:11. Corinthians 1:4-5. And just one more. Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap.
Rusty steel trap.
The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Note I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Go back to Spain.
That's what I'm thinking. So, got the priest from in the church of Montefisso to clean the Countess's chalice. He recognized the engraving on the side as matching the one of a tomb in his church. The Pegasus of the Vascalones family. Around the outside of the inscriptions were the numerals XIB and XXV11 at the top. 27 is, and at the top 6 and 1000. It's 1581 to the left, and 3 and 1 on the right. I could do those. And 17, 10, 5 and 2, 17, 12 and 20, 15, 25 along the bottom. All right. I think we are.
Maybe talk to him or something.
Yeah, might as well.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Is the right-hand window...
Oui, monsieur.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Au revoir.
It's like clipping that you walk through the manhole cover. And that guy.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Pajang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sieur Jacques.
Who?
Sieur Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city. He pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damn elusive Sieur Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
Who is this Sieur Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur.
Wow, is that the time?
And an American tourist.
Oh boy!
What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an
anything else. Tell me anything. I'm thinking using our tool on the sewer is probably not a good idea. Live dangerously. We're clowning around. Okay.
Hey, you!
I was gonna
What
go
do you
find
think
Sewer
you're
Jacques.
doing? Leave that comer alone. Now,
Sorry, no harm intended.
you stay away from that.
Okay. Alright, so we had to try to see if he would come after us, if we got into the sewer. It didn't work that way. Yeah. To Spain we go. To Spain we don't go. We aren't traveling. Alright, let's go. Nico. Yeah, we don't even talk to that lady.
I solved
Good thing we
another
did all
puzzle.
of our conversation. We haven't seen
Well,
that lady out front.
I guess I did.
Well, what was it? What's the answer?
1314.
What does that mean?
It was the date when Jacques de Molay was burned, wasn't it?
Of course.
The answer was hidden in a stained glass window. When I looked through the lens, the picture changed. It became a man surrounded by flames.
It seems to me the answers to the Templar puzzles are as cryptic as the clues. Sometimes I wonder if the manuscript isn't an elaborate joke.
The Knights Templar weren't the kind of people to play jokes, were they? Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Buffed it up for me.
Yeah,
It was all
looks
in the
as
wrist
good as
action.
No. You found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
Well, we did have some other thoughts, but we're not going to hell for that one, all right?
Do you want this photograph back?
No, you keep it. I can always make another print.
No. This is the tool I used to get into the...
Yes, you showed me before.
I keep showing her my tool. She won't stop. She won't accept it. Okay, maybe we click on the manuscript.
Let's take another look at the
just
manuscript.
to see if it moves forward. Okay, so we have got this puzzle solved. We also solved this puzzle.
There's a guy between... A knight. The knights through my...
Okay. We found the hideous faces, right? With the lens. These two are conjoined or mean something together.
There's a woman looking at... But the reflection has
Because we
three
saw
hideous faces.
in the cave the three faces, right? Oh, we didn't get even a chance to mess with that because of the cave closing on us. So I wonder if we're going back to Syria.
There's a woman, but the... There's a guy...
Okay. All right, we're off.
I better get back to the quest.
Nico, you just sit around your apartment doing whatever, all right? Do you think the police would care now? Got a few things I could show you, buddy. But if all I get are the two guys,
Sergeant
then...
Moo?
Yes.
No.
I already did.
What if you do it again?
Just
click on it.
I'd like to report an
it's
assault.
a report of the assault, okay?
I'm
Same
the
thing.
victim.
I see.
Outside the place, stop me.
Could you describe...
One looked like their names... See you later, Sergeant.
Well, they're busy. Zeke found himself a leather recliner. Nice. Now, are the dogs someplace safe and cool, too, Tangled? I mean, you said you put the dogs outside. It's 100 and some degree. Or, well, no, it's 89. But still, you know, you want to make sure they're someplace safe and in the shade or whatever, too. Can I call someone? Can I talk to this guy? Or is this one still locked? Hello, friend. It's me, Sewer Jacques. I wonder if that's going to go well. You left the master
Hi
bedroom
there.
door open
Remember
to
me?
the outside.
Ah, mais oui, Inspector. Have you found him? Who? The man in the sewer, of course. I'm, sifting through the evidence. Ah,
Okay,
so I
yeah,
take...
taking a lot of showers. Okay, all right. So that guy is done. You turned off the central air for a bit. Don't think there's anything here, except we need to get out. That's the sewer we went in. Hey, I think the manhole cover is off there. Can't be. It can't be. It can't be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm reading this book. I found some receipts.
Oh. Hi, buddy.
Just stand.
We already talked to him. We're not going to talk. Alright, let's just go this way. Maybe now we can go to someplace. No. My darling, where are we going next?
Are you?
Take the chalice over to Labino.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes, what is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world, to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map. While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
Okay.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
That is not a good idea. Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Did that open up that place?
Can we go back to where the hole is?
I think it's so. Seems the 3-faced monstrosity I saw in the Syrian cave was a depiction of Baphomet. Lobino says the Baphomet statue was recently found in Paris in the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. Apparently, it's covered in Templar symbols. So I agree. Let's go on the map and see if that institute is here someplace.
Yep. That the Knights Templar use of worship. Oh, how nice.
Oh, that's quite a thing, isn't it? All right, first let's look at this guy.
The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as important as a cigarette break, anyway.
This is the side of the Baphomet.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So you turned off the central air for a bit, and with the door open, it seemed kind of wasteful. Yeah, I can understand that. Ask him another question.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean, when you finish your break.
When I finish my break? An interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too.
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though, I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I have some plaster of Paris.
Amazing.
Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
I was pretty sure the Shaken Shock had shot its bolt in Syria. I've got a sewer key.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked.
Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him? Huh?
Well, that's good.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur. Hey, you! Get away from my dumpster.
Okay. There was a dumpster full of debris. From the excavation, I guessed.
Is this all brand new, or have you been over here before?
No, it's all brand new.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
Well, they'll do anything to keep people out of this excavation.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him.
Sounds like a sensible solution.
This gadget is a sewer key.
So it is.
That is not a good idea. I got this plaster from Ireland.
Not an exciting souvenir.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
Look, a tissue stained with grease paint.
Ah, just what I've always wanted. If you give me that, you can enter through the door.
Really?
Really?
No.
Of course not. What would I want with an old tissue?
Do you recognize this name?
Merlin. No.
I thought better of showing him the chalice. He might be on the conspiracy's payroll, and I didn't want to risk it.
Oui? You have...
A sudden urge to sing. Care to join me?
No, no singing in here.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a telephone on the far wall. There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door is locked, monsieur.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there. The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on, all empty and all uninteresting. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks.
There is a telephone down. What if we use the phone? But I don't see how we could distract him, you know? Like... This isn't gonna leave there. We must have, won't we? But there wasn't anything in our inventory to interest this guy either.
Hi again.
What is it?
This gadget is a sewer key.
So it is.
I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Looks like the same set of keys we had at the other bathroom. Maybe it's like a universal bathroom.
Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause. Oh boy! Dirty soap! How do they do that? On the wall was an automatic hand dryer. The taps were rusty. Oh boy! The cold taps washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink.
Huh.
The taps...
So only the cold is like operational. And soap is dirty soap. And
Yeah, this reminds me. I think it was the Great Brain at the Academy
I couldn't do that. Oh,
And
boy.
used,
Dirty soap.
I think
How do they do
soap
that?
or something like that to make an impression and try to make something simple.
Perhaps I could make a copy of the key. The key had made a clear imprint in the soap. The bar of soap had the imprint of a key in it.
And we have water.
I knew keeping that plaster was a good idea. With the plaster and the imprint, I was on the right lines. I had filled the key's imprint in the soap with dry plaster. You can't make a cast without wetting the plaster. But wet plaster alone does not make a cast. I used the dryer to speed up the process.
Gotta do something a little like that in the park. You have to dry off the bloody
Well,
sand.
it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key, way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well. Maybe not. I didn't want any coal.
You can rust it around the...
I didn't need to get near to tell the toilet needed cleaning.
Oh, that is
Got an idea.
Take a look at that.
The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it. I didn't need to use the soap again. I wasn't about to wash my hands in this place, so I didn't need to dry them. Maybe not. Maybe not. I didn't want any coal.
Why?
The thing felt really hot.
Why can't we take that?
Maybe not.
Why can't we take the napkin
Maybe not.
and use the polished key again?
It was my plaster copy of the excavation key. Trouble was, it looked like plaster, and it felt like plaster. The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made.
What if you take...
I wasn't about to wash my hands in this place.
What if you take
On the wall was an automatic hand dryer.
the makeup and put it in the fire? What if you take the makeup and... What if you take the makeup tissue and put it in water? toilet. Cole. Something else to take?
Oh, boy! I didn't need to use the... I didn't need to get near to tell the toilet needed cleaning.
Huh. Alright.
The thing felt really hot.
One hand. More.
No.
Maybe not.
So we did it, or?
Hi again.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Go back up.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Up around. Oh, what's that?
Paint.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah! Hey!
Okay.
I should...
Okay, looking around, saw some paint. It's yellow paint.
Hey, you! Get away from my dumpster.
How do we get this guy gone?
Okay.
Go downstairs. Go to the phone.
Call him.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Coulard.
Hello, Nico. It's me.
Hi, Georges. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn. We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him. Hi, it's me again.
What now?
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what every woman wants, right? A guy with nicotine-stained fingers and an ass hanging out his pants. We put that back in our pocket dry.
The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though.
Hang on. An idea. Still felt. What I gotta do to make something not feel like plaster? Tool?
A well-used wheelbarrow was sitting by the rubble-filled dumpster.
I will in a minute. Says it still feels like plaster though.
Roll back to the bathroom.
Okay. That got busy. Hey, guess what, buddy? I need to go use the bathroom again.
Well, monsieur, what a
Yeah, we
strange
got some
woman.
paint. It's
She
gold
was all
paint.
over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Obvious. Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
She won't be calling again. Yeah, all right. Guess
Hi
what?
again.
I have a weak
What
bladder.
is it?
I need to go to the bathroom.
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
So how technical do you really want me to be? Okay. We have it painted.
Turn off the thermostat. Look at that.
The thing felt really...
Yeah, swap out.
Now, I'd substituted the fake key for the excavation key. It looked okay, but felt false. On the keyring was a big old key that looked like it might fit the excavation door. It was the key to the excavation. The thing fell.
Yeah, go on. Thermostat. What's it? Yeah, okay. What's that? Maybe.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial.
Take a look at it.
A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall.
Okay. Now try.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. The doorway led to an old... There was nothing in...
Walk to the thermostat on the wall. The radiator, click on it for explanation, then go talk to the guard about the thermostat.
Hi again.
What is it?
Okay.
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, maybe go screw with that thermostat.
I turned the heating off. As I'd hoped, the guard put his gloves on.
You can just give him the keys back.
The door was locked.
Because of
Because
that.
he can't feel it.
Got it.
Hi again.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Okay, call again.
Call it in.
Call Nico again.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
We're not going to talk to Painter again.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, Josh.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you
Guard's
call
just
back
standing
and
right
ask
there.
him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
There's no ring.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah, who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse? You refuse? I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Don't me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Okay. We're in.
I couldn't see anything useful to do with the planks.
We just want to see the statue, right?
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
Looks like a paint roller or something. Or a spade. But you can't do anything with it.
There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria, Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here.
No.
Now there's a familiar face. Now there's a familiar face. Now there's a familiar face. Now there's a familiar face.
Use the chalice on the down below.
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around. And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church. I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower. Maybe not. Let's take another look at the manuscript.
This?
There's a guy working on a loom. There's a guy between the night through my. There's but the ref.
And then
There's a guy. I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, Georges.
oh, So he was gonna go. Finally got past the dig guard and into the Bahamut site. Found out what the chalice was for. Following the clues from Syria and Spain, I put the chalice in front of the Bahamut statue, which revealed the image of a church reflected in its surface. So now we can go back to the villa. Lopez probably doesn't like me. It only takes a few hours to get anywhere. The airport. Can't really look at that. Like, go in and everything. Hey, Lopez. Hi, Lopez. How you doing? I still don't like you. I spray you extra special, you stupid American.
Hi there, Lopez. How's Trix?
Senor Stobart, how pleasant to see you.
Pleasant to
you
see
are
you.
well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life.
Going
It's
to
a
take
marvel.
the local
She
village's
smiles,
children and
she
drain the
laughs.
blood in the...
The tradesmen are saying
He
that
comes
she is
down to the blood.
Prozac.
What's the story behind the chalice vanishing?
When the Inquisition raided, in the absence of Don Carlos, it was believed that they had taken it. Naturally, they denied the charge, as they denied taking the children. And naturally, nobody believed them.
Well, I've seen
But
how
they
you
were
treat
telling the
strangers,
truth.
so
The
we're
chalice
gonna
was
guess.
hidden
Yeah.
You don't suppose they were telling the truth about the children as well, do you?
Madre de Dios! I had not thought of that. But then what happened to them?
I don't know. If the Inquisition didn't take them, then who did?
You must speak to my lady of these.
Count on it. So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the de Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
No way. Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios.
Okay, I guess I'm not person non grata with Lopez. You know what you could do though? Go in here and turn off the water.
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
I wonder if those dogs are like a thing now. Maybe they like me too. Okay, guess not. Just had to check it. Countess, hello. How wonderful to see you. You're a big old bug eyes.
Senor Stobart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Please,
Hi, Countess.
sit down.
The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Put it on the mantle.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knights secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
Ah, to be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
There's still the mystery of the missing chess piece.
I do not think that it will ever be discovered unless the fate of the children is revealed.
The Inquisition were suspected of taking the chalice and the kids, right? We know now they were innocent of the first crime. What if...
Isn't
They
that
did
how I
not
got my
take the
man?
children either. Then what
Wow.
happened to them?
the Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos's manservant? Now, this guy had been told to protect the kids at all costs, right?
That is correct.
I think he hid them and the chalice when he got wind that the Inquisition was coming. With him dead, and Don Carlos driven mad with grief, there was nobody left who knew the secret. You know what this means, don't you?
I fear so. The children are still here somewhere. If this is so, then it is small wonder that the de Vasconcelos are cursed.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcelos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city. There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians...
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
We did talk to the priest, though. For sure we did.
Maybe not. That is not a good idea. Does this tissue mean anything to you?
Where is this line of questioning going?
Nowhere helpful. No way. That is not a good idea. That is not a good idea.
I don't have any good ideas.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Yeah, but she's really appreciative, you know. So the Countess was excited to hear that I discovered the tomb of her missing ancestor, Don Carlos de Vasconcelos. And that's it. Awesome. Well, let's go. Chad reminded me that there's a Bible sitting in the mausoleum. So let's go see if we can get over to that Bible. Maybe we can do something with the reference. And I got Chad in a booby prize. He was in the Cracker Jack box. He's gone, so I can say that. No, we met programming. We met through college, learning how to program. And working up in the IT labs together. So similar to the old sure it's the Bible and not the chess piece. Similar to the booby prize. Oh, there's a Virgin Mary.
It was too delicate to move. The chess pieces had been removed, and the Bible returned to its resting place. The candles had been lit. The Countess's way of saying thanks to her ancestors, I guess.
All right, we do have a Bible, and we are now in possession of the Bible.
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum.
Borrowed being such a such a small word. Yeah, well, we got a Bible.
Okay, take it back up to her.
We did try to talk to the priest, right?
Got a Bible.
And what a prize it was. No, somebody asked me, isn't that how we met? So I said, no, I got him in a booby prize in the Cracker Jack box.
I don't really get prizes anymore in Tracker Joe's.
He broke the mold when it came to Chad.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Slayer, thank you
Be
so
my
much
guest.
for the raid. Oh my God, hello.
Here's the Bible from the
Hello,
mausoleum.
thank you.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Hello, everybody.
Let us begin.
Welcome in.
The first
Hi,
rep.
Slayer. How was
Psalms
your hello
32,
again? And
7.
raid back again. Thank you
Thou
so
art
much.
my hiding
Hey,
place.
Paradox
Thou
Pixels. How
shalt
you
preserve
doing?
me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Oh.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to
Hello,
where we
Christy.
found the
Thank
chalice.
you so much for the
You are
follow.
right, of course. The
Hey,
next.
Mel Loves Games.
Okay.
Doing great. How are
John,
you? Let me do some
4:11.
quick shout outs. Can I take a few
John
seconds here?
4:11.
Unfortunately, I can't,
The
but I
well
will as soon
is
as the
deep.
seconds are this is done.
Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Wow.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is their mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
Okay, let me do a quick shout out here for all you. We're going to play a couple rounds of golf if you feel like joining in. Well, Slayer, we'll see. Ta-da!
Uh-oh.
Where are you going, hot boy?
Where are you going, hot boy chicken?
You should stay a while.
Okay, a shout out for.
Man, this shit's gonna have to come down to fucking decision. Are you kidding me? Unless I can get him another time before 3 minutes, it's going to round. Oh, I got TKO. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Is that the stick of truth, Paradox?
Welcome to my coffee shop. Thanks for helping Tweak out in the back room. Would you like to try some coffee? It's fresh, like a sun-dappled cornfield, ready for
Okay, cool. Trying to see if Christy G does GG Christy 96 stream. And do you have shout outs? I'll do a couple shout outs here. For all you who have not followed any of these amazing streamers, please take the time and do so. We appreciate it. All right, let's see if she's got she Crunker. There we go.
Okay, I think I picked and choose. John 4:11. Sir, the woman said you don't have a bucket and the well is deep. Where would you get that life-giving
Well is
water?
deep. So they did have some. Interesting. Is it suck? It's like, interesting shout out. There you go, you guys. All right. Thank you so much for coming along with Slayer and for the raid. All right. We have only a
I'll
little
look
bit
around
more
if
time and
that's
then we're
okay.
going to head out.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
So the Countess wants me to go talk to Lopez. So I'm going to go talk to Lopez. Oliver. It's like, it's too hot, woman. You guys want to see Oliver? Oliver. And you're welcome for the shout outs. Thank you so much for the raid.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help
He looks
you?
white on stream. You know. Hello, thanks for the shout out. I don't stream like 4 years ago, so yeah, have a great day, everyone. I need to go. All
You
right.
must know just
Yes,
about
he's got
everything that
orange
there is
bunch
to
of
know
goodness
about
and
this
cuteness.
place.
See,
He's not
I have
mine.
lived
He's
my
my
whole
foster
life here
kitty.
in the service of
But
the
thank you so
Vasconcellos.
much for coming in.
Do you know of a
Yes,
well
good
anywhere
boy.
around here?
Well,
He's the most chilled
see,
cat
senor,
ever.
This used to be a fortified villa.
Until then.
How can you last the siege without
But thank you so much.
Wait,
Well, you guys
so
are
where is
amazing.
it?
Thank you so
How
much
should
for
I
this
know?
house. Let's
The
see
well
who-
was covered over in the last
Whoa!
century.
What
It
the
was
heck was
dangerous
that?
And you have no idea where it was?
Nah,
It's out
it
from the
was
periphery.
hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Okay, hold on. So our cat just lost her balance
have
and
a
did it like a
vague idea of
360
where the
off
well
the
It must
off a
have
shelf.
been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be
You
a way.
resub, but nothing
Let me
happened?
think about
Well,
it.
thank you so much for the sub. I don't know. Maybe it's delayed.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
Where would
Any ideas yet?
the
Not
well?
as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
So that was a pretty short
Catch
game.
you later,
Did you
Lopez.
like the game
Adios.
though, Slayer? It was only an hour and a half long.
What?
The game that Slayer was playing was only an hour and a half long.
Well, it was the driveway down to the... I didn't want to leave just yet.
No. Maybe it's over in the mausoleum area.
Mausoleum, summer house. Easy.
Maybe it's like. Thank you so much, Tango Gamer
Down below
Girl,
the estate, I could see the sea.
for subscribing
It was a
for 5 months in a row. Is that gifting a sub? Thank you, William Patrick, for gifting a sub to Pango Gamer Girl, and she really appreciates it too. And how you been, William? How's everything going for you? I was thinking about you. It's been a while since I've seen you on Slayers, and I was wondering if you're just really busy. Ah, thank you for the sub, Bomb. Thank you so much for the sub for Paradox Pixel. And also, thank you so much for subbing and resubscribing, Racer. Thank you. Oh my God, how awesome. It deserves a second shout out. Hey, hi. Oh, it's Razor.
Stobart,
Thank you
grave
so much
robber.
for resubscribing. Thanks for the gift subs, Will. Appreciate it. I appreciate you. And both of you, actually. Thank you for the subs.
Now what? There was nothing to see.
How's
Feeling
everybody
like an
doing?
idiot. Hanging from the ceiling was a huge... It looked really old and had never...
Okay, wait a minute. There was a candle. Maybe Lopez can light the candle. Or maybe Lopez.
Hi, Lopez.
It was an interesting little game. You play as a little
Any
bird on
ideas yet?
vacation
Not
and are
as
asked
yet.
to reach a task to
Catch
reach
you
a
later,
cliff
Lopez.
top to take a
Adios.
phone call. And that's all you need to do. Just take a phone call. Yeah, you got a 6-month sub badge. Back on the crazy train. Thank you so much for the subs, you guys. I appreciate it. Back here.
I've got to concentrate.
Nope.
Yep, I still have those some of those sounds.
Hello?
Back east
Hello?
of
I didn't like the idea.
Echo.
So maybe where the dogs are is a well. Yeah, you also wander around the island and can do some smaller side quests, but that was pretty much it. Okay. You said you thought you'd
There was
maybe
a
get
small
it done.
mirror hanging over the sink.
Can you take that mirror?
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window. The mirror from Lopez's utility room. Yep, I was still looking great.
Can we go to Syria? See, I'm thinking that when we go to Syria, we're going to be looking at that thing on the wall. Is there anything up here?
Hello again.
Please.
But we always sit down. It's like grandma's in
I'll have a look around.
My home.
Gabriel Knight, you know. We always have to go in and sit down. It's chill to that concentrating sound. I got it. It was free on Epic a couple months ago. Hey, free is a good thing, Slayer. Free is a great thing. And it's only, I was doing a nanogram while watching. What's a nanogram? We can't do it. We hide behind it.
I wasn't gonna put on the armor.
Well, maybe Lopez needs to tell us if he's got anything. Can we show him the mirror? Maybe he'll think of it if we give him the mirror.
Hi, Lopez. I borrowed your...
No, senor.
Any ideas?
Not as yet.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios.
You want to call it here?
I don't know if I've got the hospital in. Yeah, we're going to call it here. It's
Mausoleum.
3:30. We've been going for a while. So we good to call it to raise someone else. Maybe we can put it up next to the candle and like create a reflection or something. Well, don't you need one of those sticks to light a candle that high?
Yeah, well, that's what that is, but...
Can you light it with, like, using the mirror?
When you try to pick up the stick, it says there's nothing to snuff out.
It was too delicate to move.
Well, you're trying to move the Virgin Mary, and that's not going to happen. But I was wondering...
Now what? Feeling like an idiot.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. You have it in your hand. He calls you, feels like an idiot. Why he would...
Now what? Feeling like an
idiot. Oh,
idiot.
it's a snuffer.
The lectern was bare.
What would you do with
George Stobart, grave robber. Hanging from the ceiling.
You have a black square
It looked
canvas
really
with
old.
numbers and colors, and I make a picture using numbers and colors to create a pattern. I got you, like paint by number, kind of, right? Yeah, we're kind of fried. We reached the end of our brains. So as pain it is. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for the raid. First of all, I've had 2 raids today. I have to say thank you to. Sort of. You have to discover the pattern for the color. Gotcha. Interesting. Well, sounds like you're keeping yourself busy. Have a good time. Enjoy your house sitting. And if you house sit again, and have a good time as well. Please be safe, especially with it's hot like that. Make sure that you watch your pets outside.
You sit on the house, don't let the house sit on you. Didn't fare well for the Wicked Witch and Wizard of Oz.
Words to live by. And that deserves a...
Score!
Thank you so much. And Razor, thank you so much for the resub. So the best thing that I can always do is just go and say my thank yous for everything. And we'll just try to figure out who are we going to raid